This is the video for a analog experiment trainer. In this experiment trainer, these are the different specifications that are available on this trainer. There is a fixed 12 volts fixed 12 volt supply with 250 milliampere current. There is a minus 12 volt supply to connect a 741 into the circuit. There is also a provision for variable 0 to plus 12 volt variable supply using a pot and a minus 12 volt variable supply. There is a fixed 909 AC supply provided with the help of a transformer inside it. There is also a transformer with two separate windings at the output for use for any experiments. There are a resistance bank, there is a capacitance bank, and there is an inductance bank to be used and apply connecting the different circuits. This is a component trainer, so you need some power electronics component and some basic components to perform experiments. There is a BJT, NPN type and PNP type. For NPN there is BC547 and for PNP it is 188. There is an onboard FET with it. It is called BWF11. There is also a MOSFET with the industrial name BS170. The SCR is T/N410 and the triac is BT136. Diac, there is a diac which is nothing but an SCR which can conduct in both the directions. There is also an onboard speaker. So with all these circuits you can perform any experiment that comes into your mind and it in the scope of first experiment. For example, if you want to make an amplifier, you can very easily connect with this circuit, very easily. All the components required are on this trainer kit. Now that I have told you about the different type of equipments and the features, let me show you physically the details on the kit. Let us start from the beginning. This is a variable DC supply. This variable DC supply gives you variable DC from 0 to plus 12 volts on these 2 points. With this, it is controlled by this PCB mounted pot. This PCB mounted pot is for value 10K. To check the resistance of any pot, you have to connect the points, set the multimeter to measure resistance in the range of 50K. Then you have to connect one end here and another end here, and then you can vary this pot. With this method you can know what is the value of the PCB mounted pot connected. This 12 volt that you receive from this point is limited by the current capacity. The current capacity of this voltage is 500 milliamps. The implication in the circuit is we have to make sure that the load on this circuit does not increase the current to more than 500 milliamps, otherwise this power will get blown off. Similarly, the same circuit is used for this to generate minus voltage, which is varying from 0 to minus 12. This pot controls the magnitude of the negative voltage that you want. For example, first of all it is 0. As soon as you increase this voltage, the value goes from minus 1, minus 2 up to minus 12 volt. This is a fixed voltage plus 12 volt. For this voltage there is a transformer which is giving output 016 AC. The circuit is this 016 AC is coming. In this there is a bridge rectifier, full bridge rectifier. After this full rectifier you get full voltage plus 12 volt DC here. So this is the circuit. Similarly, this is a circuit for minus 12 volt DC. The difference for generating a bridge rectifier to plus voltage and minus voltage is, for plus voltage always remember, for example in this case 12 volt, we use 7812 regulator. For minus voltage we use 7912 voltage regulator. So this is the difference. The rectifier part is the same, but what the difference is the regulator which we use. In this case, for positive voltage, always remember it is 7812, and for negative voltage it is always 7912. Let us come to the other point. Now in some AC experiments you need a variable AC source. On the variable AC source, the variable AC source as seen on the CRO is something like this. If you connect the CRO ground here and you connect your test point here, on the CRO you will see a sine wave, not exact but almost a sine wave. It will not be pure, which will go from magnitude 9 volt from plus to minus. This is on the upper side and this is on the lower side with a magnitude of 9 volts. You can get that output here for your experiment. This is a transformer which is kept here. All the input and the primary and the secondary windings are brought out on this audio output transformer here. These are the potentiometer which I was talking about before. This is a 1K pot, 10K pot and a 100K pot. Potentiometer is termed as, in short form, as POT, and on the circuit diagram it is always mentioned as P1, P2, P3 likewise. The internal connection diagram or the electronics diagram of a pot is always like this, where 1 and 3 are the two ends of the pot, and the 2 is the wiper. Wiper is the point which increases or decreases the resistance. Let me explain you. If this is a resistance of 10K, then if I need 2K, then what I will do is I will put my pot wiper here. This will make this as 2K and between voltage 0.2 and 3 as 8K. So I will take my resistance from here. This will give me 2K. Suppose if I reduce this pot and bring it here, this is now 1K. So only 1K will come in the circuit. For example, I am connecting a LED. With a DC supply. So the intensity of the LED will be dependent upon my voltage. This voltage is controlled by the pot, so the resistance which is between 0.1 and 2 will affect the intensity of the LED. I hope you have understood this. In the same concept, there is a 10K pot, there is a 100K pot. These are the capacitor bank on the kit. These capacitor bank are intentionally made up of different values so that they can be used in experiment. For example, 100 PF is also called as Mylar. These orange colored capacitors are known as green poly capacitors for experimentation. 47 PF and 100 PF, these are also type of paper capacitor. These are known as 470K. This is a box type capacitor. You must have heard in circuits that 1 microfarad and 10 microfarad are used to reduce the jittery noise in the output. These are also called the decoupling capacitors. Now that you have understood all about the capacitor bank, let me talk about the resistance bank. The resistance bank is also with a very wide range. The resistance bank range is from 47 ohm to 820 K. All these their resistance are of two types. One is CFR, other is MFR. Now what does CFR and MFR mean? CFR means carbon field resistance and this MFR means metal field resistor. So what is the internal composition of a resistance? Suppose this is the resistance and this is a wire. These are the tungsten wire. Now in the resistance there is the number of turns which is quoted by a bakelite. So if it is covered by a carbon, then it is known as a CFR. If this coating is made up of metal, then it is known as MFR. MFR has better tolerance value. Better tolerance value than a CFR. Now that you have understood this, now let me take you to the components part. These are the two transistors. As I told you before, there is a NPN transistor, there is a PNP transistor. The symbol of each component is shown here. So to identify the transistor, you have to make sure, you have to learn by this that the first leg, if you read from clockwise, is an emitter, then it is a base, then it is a collector. Similarly goes for PNP. This is a FET called BWF11. In a FET there are three legs. One is gate, other is drain, other is source. FET is also a very fast switch. Other thing is a MOSFET. MOSFET also there are only three legs. This is a UJT, this is a unipolar junction transistor. This is a SCR. SCR is silicon control rectifier. This is a triac and diac. These are the diodes. So this is the complete explanation of analog component trainer. I hope you have liked this video.